let me take you there. You see, I've been around the globe. I've seen a lot, babe. But I wanna see what's above. I wanna see what's below. Just tell me where you wanna go. You can name the place, yeah, you can name the time. We can leave it all behind. No stop or rewind. Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all. Maybe we should go. Get set, go, take off. Just tell me where you wanna go. North Pole, East, West, baby, I'll go anywhere. We'll take a plane and take a boat. I don't really care, just as long as it will get us there. Cause I wanna see what's above. I wanna see what's below. Just tell me where you wanna go. You can name the place, yeah, you can name the time. We can leave it all behind. No stop or rewind. Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all. Maybe we should go. Get set, go, take off. We can leave it all behind.
Hello everyone, welcome to CEAC.
Mic
Got a nice
off.
little invite game going for you tonight. My name is Bonsai, and I'm joined here by my wonderful co-caster Keldav. Yo! And we have a treat for you tonight. Tonight's game is going to be New York Institute of Technology versus North Carolina State University. And the maps for y'all tonight are going to be Consulate, with that being NCSU's map pick, and they're going to attack on that map as well. And then NYIT is going to be going on Cafe Dostoevsky, with them attacking on their own map as well. And we want to get a little bit of a prediction game going on here real quick, Hilda.
Prediction in terms of how this whole matchup is going to go, or the one map? How far are we going?
The match. We can
The
do
whole-
we can do match, because I think I encompasses everything, I think.
See, NYIT has been so far keeping up a really, really good record, and they've been performing very well in every single game I've seen them play in. So I want to say I'm a little biased in thinking that they might take away with this, but I've always assumed to be wrong because I mean I'm still in university, so I'm definitely wrong about 90% of the things.
Yeah. We're all about to go into the real world, but we're all wrong constantly. It's wild. But I think as well, I think it's going to be NYIT going through here, taking the win on this, as we have, they kind of tore through the open scene pretty quickly, getting them their spot into the Invite League here, as they are a new addition to this season. I do think that they will be, I think it's going to be a very close 2-0 though. I think it's going to be them taking both maps, but I think it's going to be like a 7-5 on both maps, in my opinion. Because one thing that, having played against NCSU in the past, I think one thing that I've noticed a lot is that they are a very, very frag-minded team. They have a tendency to go frag hunting, and for those who don't know what that is, they hunt for kills rather than playing the larger objective game, which could lead to some issues later in the rounds for them, especially when it gets to low time. But I think that NYT might find a window in that, but I also think that NYT is also not infallible themselves, as they do have some of their own weaknesses with NCSU, despite being very, very kill-minded sometimes, they also have insane aim, and that might actually be the window for NCSU to work their way back into this
And we're gonna be on a consulate here with the bands of the lovely Thatcher, Blackbeard, Pulse, and Echo. Some pretty standard bands as Thatcher allows the pushes to happen just so much quicker with him being on the board. Blackbeard, of course, the lovely, lovely operator who just takes down a window and sits there for about the entire round, picking off anyone that will come into the flank. Pulse with the last second comebacks of the C4 from being below. An operator that's just really annoying to fight. Not really seen too much on consulate, but definitely still has the same potential as a lot of the floor is soft. And of course, Echo, just the default ranked anything.
Attackers
if
need to
this
locate
character
and
breathes, you
defuse
just ban
bombs.
it.
Yeah, and we will actually be seeing the start basement for the side of NYT, which I'm
Attackers have discovered the
not
location of
necessarily
a bomb.
against, as basement is probably one of the stronger sites for this map, other than the second floor, which really comes out of preference for both pretty much defense strength as far as defending goes. But it is all about holding that main wall and making sure you get those hatch reinforcements. Because if you actually miss one of those reinforcements with access, it gives a really, really quick access for the attackers to drop down. As I think most of the people who have been playing this game for a little bit
10
have
seconds to
had
insertion.
those moments where they've really reinforced the piece of hatch, and also the Ash and Sophia
5
combo just
seconds
comes
remaining.
eating down the hallway, just straight through your bum hole,
Attackers are
and just
moving to defuse
absolutely
the bomb.
taking the round pretty quickly from there. But it does look like they will be getting the hatches down, and we will be seeing a probably early play towards that garage, trying to get piano control with the electric wall. Maybe they actually do bandit tricking. But I do just foresee probably actually going for admin first, but there is one playing inside of Visa right there, where they have the Maestro in there, which is Predator is running, so he might see the Maestro if he drops down the hatch, but it does look like he's just going for the regular admin clear.
Yep, and as people usually before, the first thing they gotta do is clear out that nice bandit tricking, but generally when you try to go from the window and try to do it from there, the bandit has all the power in the world to just shoot you from above. So it looks like NCSU is going to opt to take it from the second floor, using the buck shotgun to shotgun all the way down and maybe throw a grenade straight toward the bandit, as Boom is going to see if he can make a counter to this play. He gets thrown down, but will shoot out immediately as he's now being suppressed within the room. Trying to keep himself safe as Nomad is starting to throw flashbangs in, right into him, and will get taken down from Juicy. And that's one kill on the board for NCSU now.
Yeah, and honestly, a really awkward kind of kill there, but we'll actually get traded though. Actually, no, I take that back. That's 3v5 now, with Juicy taking out another on the Bladeroid. So a 3v5 situation now, and only Juicy's taking damage on the side of, excuse me, NCSU right there, with only about 50, call it 48, actually a little bit more than half taken off there. So very good standing for this NCSU team so far. Mozzie and the Jaeger, both rumbers actually taken out already. It's going to be really awkward for the rest of the defense on this side because, oh, right as I say that, Mac gets killing the Lejeune, taking him down. That's Sledge going down to a 3v4 now. Makes it a little bit more winnable for this team, but it's all going to come down to how well they're going to be able to deny this vertical play. And right as I say that, NCSU gets another kill with Crim taking down Mac with a shot to the head on that buck going to the mad vertical plane. And NCSU gets another kill for Predator going on to Trinidad and drops from the ceiling money and is mowing everybody down. Juicy and Crim going down to money, with Planner going down for Hog Clan. For those of you who don't know that,
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
name the
Attackers need to protect the diffuser. Position compromised. Attackers
on the
have located
Maestro.
a bomb.
In my opinion, Maestro might just win this because while they did take his ACOG away, it does not take away the lawnmower aspect of this operator. So just absolutely go through your entire team. But so far, he's still hanging out upstairs.
When did the Maestro get to the top floor, drop down the hatch?
Yeah, he was running, dude.
Like he had to full sprint that. That's a 3-armor. As he goes down the stairs, trying to get some peeks onto the attackers here, who are trying to desperately just watch angles and play safe. IQ gonna be played by Predator a little bit more forward and hear him out, and also just peek and immediately take him down before Money can react, giving NCSU the early first round for this map.
And with Predator on that IQ, that's a force to be reckoned with, as that is kind of his primary operator that he likes to take on these maps. And he will just kind of walk in and shoot you if you don't take care of him that quickly. He is usually the highest frag power. He is the highest in frag power usually on their team. So if you take him out early on, you take a lot of frag power out of that NCSU lineup. And that's the thing that you kind of have to also be prepared for, because while he is kind of going frag heavy IQ mode, it is still an IQ, and he can still take out a lot of your gadgets before you actually get into the building. But we will actually see a dock coming out of here, and I don't know if we had a dock last from round. I don't believe we did, but that's maybe a spawn peak coming out? Hopefully, maybe.
And we are going to second floor as well, so dock going to be a lot more useful on this floor, as it is a very long site to be holding down. Like, for example, if you're in all the way in console office, you can see from console office all the way down to long desk, and even all the way to the vending machine. So dock going to be pretty powerful
Attackers
on those
need to
long
locate
angles
and
such as
defuse
that
as
one.
many bombs as they can.
Hopefully we'll be able to see some nice play coming from him.
Yeah, it's like if you set up your site right, you can actually get like a three-way crossfire onto the. Some people call it party, I call it projector. That door coming up from the stairs. It's a very tilting crossfire to have, especially if you have one person kind of laying down like there. And with usually you bring a shotgun there, but on this one, it is looking like they're probably going to put Ozzy in there and have the Jaeger hanging out over by console and then having Dr. But I agree where these black eyes are because on this side, especially on this map, Valkyrie
5
cams are
seconds to
insane.
insertion.
Like you can hide them in a lot of places unknown if you normally check and you get these super wide
Attackers
angles.
must locate and
So I'm
defuse
kind
a
of curious
bomb.
to see where those will go.
Yeah, especially with being the only intel operator being brought this one, as Maestro is not making a return. The Valkyrie cam is going to be a lot more precious towards the defenders, especially as this top floor doesn't have that much cameras to kind of cover. As I do believe the only one there is really by the top of Yellow Stairs area there. So I'm going to be really important to see if they keep the cams alive, and IQ is just going to be brought in to just destroy every single one of them.
And it does look like it's going to be an admin side push here. Predator getting very close to actually top of admin, Visa staircase, sorry. And not much action going down so far, but droning is probably one of the strongest things you can do inside a siege other than just putting someone down straight up. It does give you some information that you can actually risk something for information without actually having to risk yourself. But with NYT being aware that is one on balcony, Leroy will actually try to and flash out. He is very close to getting crossed by that. I think it's the
That's the
sledge
IQ.
I think that's
No, it
actually
isn't. No,
Nomad.
yeah.
It's definitely Nomad. But
At this point, he's just hiding in there and just really praying to God that he did not on the peaks. At this point, his primary goal is just to stay alive. Even if he doesn't get a kill in the spot, as long as he stalls out the time of the attackers and makes some early spots, he is in a good position. So he's just gonna sit here. As Leishan kind of watches back and actually be able to watch the fight, as he is just permanently stuck there as long as the defender stays. As the grenade gets tossed out, will not connect to the Legion to take down a lot of his health. As the Legion will just take down all the health of the Buck as he takes the headshot along Leroy, taking out Juicy on the window. Really good play for NYT so far. It's 1 minute left. Lejeune gonna try to take it back with a shot onto money now. 50 seconds 4v3.
Mac getting a nice kill on the Predator. Lejeune quickly reblocks on William. Reloading! I'm just gonna say it that way because it's quicker. Hog Plant, aka CDAP's getting a kill onto Mac, bringing it to a 2v2 scenario, but actually Lejeune is down, so that's gonna make it even less so. So it's a 1v2 technically, with about as much HP on CDAP's remaining, but we'll go revive Lejeune, bringing him back up to 20 HP, so that's HP to work with. But collectively, the HP is still very low. One body shot will do it for each of these operators. Lejeune taking a very aggressive stance up on service stairs, seeing if that get any little quick fires. It's going to have a little shot. Oh, and a quick shot comes down before Legion can react. That's going to be the double kill from Hog Plant. These are going down. Later, right? Doesn't know where it is. Oh, we'll actually get it. The diffuser right in time. Will win round 2 for his team.
And you can see here, Lejeune just trying to peek out and immediately catch onto the defender trying to push in. Unfortunately, every single time he peeked out, I can't remember who it was, but the defender just pushed right in and just took down Thermite almost as if he was uncontested the entire time from his perspective. A little bit of a misplay there at the end from NCSU, but still a lot of time to recover as this is still only round 3 we're going into now.
Mm-hmm. And I did think it was just kind of an awkward end of that round overall because both of them were kind of bunched up, not really watching the angle, but that little misplay from NCSU actually does give the time round to NYIT. We will see pretty much the same lineup, but we will see Money returning to that Maestro for their return to Cafeteria, because as many people know, and for those just joining us in CEA, our rulebook states that it is a 2-round rotation for map site lock. So if you win a map, or you win a site, you cannot go there for the next 2 rounds.
Defenders, protect your
And
bombs
as
from being defused by
NCSU
attackers.
beat NYIT on the first one, it was still open, but they decided to swap it up. But since they have won the second floor, they cannot return there for another 2 rounds. So it would be, they would take Cafeteria, and if they were to win that, they would have to go lobby, and then after that, they can return to the second floor. But we will see pretty much standard same operators we've seen for the past couple rounds coming out of NCSU, and we will see the same operators they took last time on the bottom 4. So those are the same operators we've seen so far. I'm curious to see if Money will pop off like last time we saw him on this Maestro, and I'm also curious how long they will survive this time, because you kind of got caught out in awkward.
5 seconds.
Yeah, for sure, and definitely the play from NCSU's start on this round
Attackers
really
objective
did
is to locate
set it
a
in their
bomb and
favor
defuse it.
going into the later half of the round. So I'm curious to see, since they're bringing the same operators, if they're going to end up playing the same way and just think it's a matter of how they took the gunfight, or maybe they might take a little bit more of an adjustment according to how NCSU was pushed last time, where they had kind of charged more into the top floor into that and pushed in from there.
I do think actually the first 2 kills out of the first 2 deaths rather on the side of NYIT were actually just a little bit of over-aggressiveness, maybe not knowing where they were coming from. As we saw, the Jaeger on the first round actually just kind of sprinted right in, just kind of got awkwardly point blanked by the, I think it was IQ Predator. And I'm curious to see if they're gonna work a little bit more intel this time, as there is the obvious opportunity to get the Mozzie drones, but so far no Mozzie drones have actually been captured. So it's a little bit hard in that regard. But we will be seeing an admin take out of NCSU here, with the Nomad and IQ going in.
You know what to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. At this point, you gotta get that little bit of a grounding and whatnot, and try to go for some shots, as Oom will try to go for some shots onto the Buck. Unfortunately, will not connect any of them, and just opt to back off of Yellow Stairs. So, as you can see here, a little bit more of an adjustment, as this time, instead of playing around closer towards the admin side, he instead opted to just hold back and wait inside of, I believe that would be Yellow Stairs, and then just immediately back off after a little bit of pressure, just keep himself alive and prepare for the gunfight later, as they're prepared to take this, as there is still a minute 20 at this point as they open up the wall, so it's not a terrible amount of time to stall out the defender or attacker squad.
Going frag grenade.
Especially with that new Kaid buff that happened, I think it was 1 or 2 patches ago. His circle on that thing is massive now, so it can actually cover all 3 with 1, but regardless of that, there's the Buck and second floor impossible. We'll just shoot the electric wall off, allowing his team to get both breaches down. And now the garage wall is open, making it very, very difficult to actually move around on that front side of the site. Lejeune and Co are inside of Piano, getting that vertical game, but Rice's hit up. Money actually takes on Predator. That is the IQ down. Money is holding a really weird angle from East Corridor, but will actually, since he gets the kill, it doesn't matter. If it works, it works. Juicy might actually catch out Jaeger there, very, very close there. Will not get the kill, but is aware of the presence.
Oh yeah, and at this point now they're just they can keep pressuring these flanks, and NCSU has to be focused on getting inside. As there's 20 seconds left on the clock, it's gonna step on some goose. Krim taking down one of the defenders. Lejeune gonna take down Blatteroy, and at this point we're at a 3v3. Oh my goodness, Max takes down Krim with the headshot, as Juicy also walks right into Max's arms as well. Now she's all down to Lejeune at the back of sight, and he's gonna have to just push through the Legion mine, but unfortunately she's gonna peek him immediately and take him down as Trini Dog gets the headshot.
Yeah, Mac the Magician with that DTS 13. That was a lot of headshots coming out really quickly, and I don't know if there's some miscommunication there, because I'm pretty sure that, I think it was Nomad and I want to say the Thermite actually died from the same angle there, so I don't know if they just didn't call it or just didn't react in time. But either way, that will be actually the quad kill, I think, for Mac on that Kaid, which is kind of nutty, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it might sure just non-stop going for the flanks, getting so much progress and just picks out of it. And it's one of those operators that, like, generally speaking, you always think, okay, yeah, you just put them on site. You'll just sit down, and just hold down the left click, and stop people entering. No. Let's take them upstairs. Let's just catch them off with the roam, and then hold up left click up there instead.
He on that thick roam. He's on that rook level roam.
Oh, those are the best when you. It's like all the attacking spheres is giant
Attackers
clusters.
need
It's
to
like
locate
my
and
left
defuse
or my
bombs.
right, and then suddenly there's just a rook or a dock right in your face.
You feel the ground approaching. You just hear the ground shaking as he approaches. It's like you can't tell if it's Godzilla or a 3 armor.
Yeah, and now we're seeing rotation onto the third site, which will be there looks like opting more toward the main lobby here. As a 6-pick the Goyo, an operator that's new to the season, and really happy to see him be legal now because it's just allowing so much creativity to be brought out with him. As his shields are such a good tool to be able to stall out all the attackers. Not only that, but like you can still
5 seconds
potentially
left
set up
before insertion.
some really bad areas for them to push, just from
Attackers' objective is to
purposely
locate a
putting them
bomb and
into
defuse
awkward
it.
places for the attackers to peek and see easily. As now the round will get started, we already got actually IQ losing a little bit of health to I guess a random shot through a window or maybe a small peek, but
Bomb located by attackers.
quite a bit of like his toes got shot there.
Yeah, shot those little beatsies, but we will. That is damage nonetheless, and a lot of the drones actually getting taken down for these attackers. That's going to make it look really kind of a blind push then. We will see one drone making its way through, I believe that is Visa, if the X-ray don't lie. Yep, it's going to be Visa.
Yeah.
And probably going to see a Visa or Avon push, as most teams on this site tend to push through the second floor into projector room so they can try to get that second floor hold, and it gets really easy to take a side after that, which is why a lot of teams you'll see actually hold the second floor up there. But we'll get the drone and we'll take off, but he is figured out to be there, and Lejeune will start to push through admin with Krim actually getting a kill on the money. That is the Maestro down really early in this round, just cresting the 2-minute mark, and Krim will look like he's going to push through the projector room.
Yeah, and just hiding out inside break room as well. Just trying to really keep themselves kind of reserved and have them take a little bit of the sight, or above sight inside projector there. Get that verticality going, and then should be able to get a nice flank and coming in from that break room there and be able to catch out some of the attackers. As now the Buck actually does have control of that, so this is the point where now they start developing. But they know there's still a roamer, so they're just trying to get a little bit of cover, and actually I think they do know that he has to be in there because they still have their Nomad and Hibana just watching from the windows. Just to see how this thing will turn out here as he's just, sticking it hard here.
Oh. Throw it! Come on!
Unfortunate. Just tries to calculate as if he was going to run away, but unfortunately just threw it the wrong direction.
A bomb has been
I'm
located.
actually going to decide to come out from hiding now. See if you can make any good plays start to happen as he's going to keep watching these angles, trying to see exactly when they try to think it's safe and, cross over, but fortunately they're still trying to develop the site. 40 seconds left on the clock. You can probably see get a kill soon here as time is just starting to tick down for the attackers. They need to start making pushes happen here.
They're kind of expecting though, this is going to be the moment. Yep, and we'll actually get absolutely swung on by it looks like Predator. Off the IQ onto the Hibana, still fragging, so clearly does not care about operators, but we will see a 3v4 now with actually Nomad getting taken down from a, look to be a headshot from Mac, and it will be Mac quickly following up with another kill after that. 2v3 now. The diffuser was starting to get planted, but will actually get released, and the Trinidad dumbing him in the back of the head, and then Trinidad finishing it out with the last final kill onto Predator for the round win.
And then that victory 360 spin, as you can see there, turning his camera into a literal human blade.
He is channeling his inner CSGO aimbot meme.
Oh yeah. Now we're gonna be going. That's actually a perfect rotation for NYIT on this set of Consulate. So now we're going right back to meeting room, and we're gonna hopefully see NCSU make some adaptations and try to figure out what's going wrong and possibly start to bring this back into their favor, as they do only have, I want to say, it's about 2 more rounds onto the attack side, and generally you want to bring it to at least a 4-2 scoreline on attack.
And it has to be said that this is an extremely defender-sided map.
As is almost every single map in Siege.
Yeah. So I do think that NYIT being ahead is to be expected here, as they are defending first.
Defenders,
So
protect your bombs from
it
being
is
defused by
completely
attackers.
up to how NCSU play their defense to see how this outcome is going to be. Because right now, as long as they can get to 4-2.5, they're in a good spot. If they can get more than that, even better. But if it's a 5-1, that's 2 rounds of breathing room before it's kind of out of their hands.
Wait, wouldn't it be 1 round of breathing room if it's a 5-1? Because then
Well,
it'll be a 6-1, and then at that point, there's
at
no more
that
breathing
point,
room.
it's a draw at most. But it's,
Yeah.
it's 2 rounds to play with to like make your mistakes then. But
If they need to
10
bring it
seconds
out
to
and
go.
just absolutely start to really bring things together and then
5
use
seconds
that
left
momentum
before
to rally into the defense and keep things going. Looks like Mac is going to go for that
Attackers
camp
must
toss
locate and
right
defuse the
outside
bomb.
that connector
The
window
attacker's
there.
bomb diffuser
Some
has
people
been
getting
dropped.
into the trees, that way
Attackers
they can
recovered the
set
bomb
themselves
diffuser.
up for a jump out onto connector window or the other side. You know, and also possibly get the intel if anyone's on the balcony or not, to let them know how safe it is to play versus on that side of the map. As the rest of the attackers won't be looking to start to take control of the rooftop, see if they get any quick angles, any quick peeks, as sometimes, you know, we'll see a defender like that, unaware that the skylight is still a threat, as Finn will take down Trinity Dog with the headshot on the clock.
yeah, just kind of
Really good
unfortunate
pick
timing
early.
there. Unfortunate timing though, because usually that early in the round you're not expecting someone to just book it on the roof like that. So that will be the Legion going down, which is unfortunate because Legion is one of those operators who I think everyone kind of seems to hate because the Legion, good mind, he's busted. But he does get stronger as the round goes on. It's because of his views, they come on a timed basis. Don't know exactly how much time the interval is, but definitely the longer the round he is up, the longer he is a threat. But
Tell me how you're gonna have Legion be the only operator in these rounds.
as yourself, brother.
Get back up there and now fight him again. Well, you never expect that. Unless they know it's a dock, they're probably expecting to be on the other now. They know he's back up.
Line the fire.
Full health again. He's gonna stem himself and stall a little bit more time here.
They're running him down. Oh no.
It's actually one of the really strong strengths of Doc, as he will get taken down finally. He ended up just stalling up for a decent amount of time, just being keep killing himself repeatedly. As Frank's gonna sacrifice both his grenades, as C-Dap's gonna get the Claymore kill on Money, and he's gonna take down Bladderoid with the headshot. Now it's just all down to this Buck coming in, or sorry, all down to on the defense here.
Located a bomb.
He's gonna manage to take down Lejeune. The rest of the 4 attackers look like they're gonna be trying to take the projector, as Juice is gonna go down for the plant. He's gonna try to hear it, he's gonna try to peek for it, but unfortunately will meet the IQ coming in from C-Dap and get taken down.
A little sad there, coming out with the kind of quick 4 kills. Putting that last Jaeger for in a really awkward spot, just hanging out in connector. All of his team died before he knew what was going on. But it is just 1 round, and you are in defense. You do want to get as many rounds as possible, but it does look like we may be seeing a 4-2 or a 3-3. If NCSU gets 3-3 here, they're in an amazing spot for the defensive side.
Oh yeah, they'll be sitting nice and comfy as they head into this. And as you said before, correct me if I'm wrong, this is NCSU's map pick as well, meaning they didn't have the option of whether or not they're defending or attacking here. So they probably will show some good comfort on defense, and NYT knows that they'll try to bring it out. So at this point here, they're definitely just going to try to play a little bit more safer, try not to get picked down all at the same time like that, as they do see a little bit more of an aggressive lineup, as Lejeune's now going to be taking Ash into play.
Attackers need to locate
And I did
defuse
check,
bombs.
this is in fact NCSU's pick, so it will be really nice for them to pick up their own map, as they do get to defend for the latter half, and that makes it really, really fun for you as a player, as if you can string together rounds at the end of a map and leading into the second, that's called momentum, and it's really, really strong for your team, and you really want it. But this is the last round of the half, so after this we'll be seeing a tie swap with NYIT taking up the mantle of attack after this, and
Bladerite looks like he's
10
going to
seconds
try
remaining.
and get a cam out on the north side, out of coffee room to get
5
a little
seconds left.
information on if
Insertion.
anybody's going up these spiral windows or any of that fun
Attackers
stuff.
are moving out to
Not
locate
only
a
that, but
bomb and
the
defuse it.
oh, he's actually gonna try to reinforce it back too, because yeah, there's not gonna look like they're gonna be able to run out that time. So that information, like I saw before, Bladeroid was actually just sitting around the windows of the projector, waiting for that cam to get out of the formation of anyone playing on that side, getting ready to jump out at a moment's notice. Unfortunately, no one's playing that side, so it didn't really go too much use. But you know, with the different angle now, this time he's maybe be able to go for the similar setup if someone tries to go out the window, but it looks like he kind of threw it too far and you can't really see too much out of that. And actually just noticed as well, a little bit of adaptation brought as a vigil being brought on money this time. Instead of, I do believe before he was playing like the Maestro, correct me if I'm wrong?
He's played Maestro and Mozzie so far, so
Yeah, he's
Attackers
been
have located
roaming
a
with that
bomb.
Maestro. Now he's gonna be roaming with the Vigil this time, using his gadget to try to hide from the attackers. But yeah, the IQ is actually gone too, so he's gonna be able to get away scot-free using
Bomb
that
located by
gadget
attackers.
on and off anytime he pleases. And it'll also kind of bait out what floor he's on, as the defenders or attackers will not know what elevation the lines are coming from.
and Predator will be going full send into administration. Oh, interesting. I don't know if that was the
I guess that
spectator
was probably
side bug.
observer side, because it looks like he just hit straight up the ceiling fan.
Yeah. Well, well, you know, it does happen sometimes. You do actually just get those weird little swing ins. I've had those happen before, and it's
feel
kind of
like
awkward because you just kind of stand there hovering for a little bit, and you're like, well, crap.
I think of it, you like, you know, hit a ceiling fan and the blade hits your head. It's just an instant headshot. And you just die. You know what I mean?
Well, imagine being a tier 1, T1 plus operator, and the one thing that kills you is you swung too hard into a window and you bonked your head on the ceiling.
I mean, just this.
Here lies an oof. But why does it say that Lejeune will get a kill on a money and Predator was killing that's 2 down. Predator is flying through here. Oh, look at the
my
third
goodness.
as the reload caster comes in. Triple kill from him. Predator's going down. Bladeroid gets the trade kill. 1v4 for him, but it's going to be one hard thing. And as he gets swept up from behind on the spiral, that will be the 3-3 before he
Like,
oh my god.
and that right there is one of the really, really strong points of bringing on angled grip holographic, even on attack, because I do believe in Pro League, one of the players, Psycho, was bringing stuff out like that, like just playing G36C with the holographic angle grip, and people were wondering, oh, why won't you just take ACOG on that gun? You may as well take the R4C, but then you just play like that, where you just take a bunch of short, aggressive angles, and then you use the power of the angle grip to allow you to just instantly snap onto heads, and at that point, you're just repeatedly taking down bits of the site, just piece by piece, with all those close range encounters. And because everyone else is so used to bringing ACOGs and you know like everything else, you just have a little bit of that much more of an advantage, as you can see, as he did end up getting, I believe that was a triple kill by the end of that round.
Yeah, and we will see the Jackal coming out here for the first time of the match. A very, very frag-heavy lineup actually coming out for the side of NYT Let's Attack. They got the Jackal, Twitch, and Zofia, all very, very
Attackers need to locate
frag-type
and
operators,
defuse
as we all know and know how much fun and interactive the M2 is.
On to main lobby first.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
I guess.
You know what? They'll never expect it.
Yeah.
Because usually this is the one site that when you pick it, everyone is secretly kind of kissing their teeth for some reason now. They're like, okay, we're gonna lose this. When the other two is fine, but no, NCSC is like, you know what? Get started. Start straight on main lobby. They'll never expect it. They'll bring operators main for either basement or top floor. Because looking at this, if you were to look at this lineup, you're probably thinking they're probably playing a little bit more of a top floor approach. Except for maybe the smoke. Smoke probably be a little bit of a, a little bit of a throw off, but at the same time, that could also be threatened into a 6-pick up into a bandit and take it into basement. So, you know what? Mind games.
Mind games are that's how you win these things. Oh my goodness. Money being very aggressive here as he actually just sees the windows breaking in front of him in piano. It's, that would make me a little scared if I just saw both those going down, but actually them getting these Maestro cameras, very, very nice with this Twitch stream. Twitch doing a lot of work, which usually these Twitch runs die pretty quickly. He does see the second Maestro cam, but will not go for it currently. Instead, opting to try to go into the site itself. covering his battle buddy in the thermite.
Man, I wouldn't really call that covering. I would think that's more of a attempted murder, you know? Just make sure it's back.
Later, first kill onto Krim though, with a nice headshot. Always the way you want to go with it. Headshot is the quickest way to kill someone in Siege. With that one tap headshot mechanic, that actually not a lot of people. They didn't think it was going to be a fun time, but as I say that, Literally sprang down Fox Lane. Look at the double kill. One man armying it right now on that Zofia. It is kind of taking full control single-handedly of that second floor, and that does look like it will be all of the people for second floor on the side of NCSU. So now they have complete second floor control. They can pivot onto that hatch, get a little bit of that lobby control, and it's kind of just in NYIT's hands to see what they want to do with this here.
Yeah, and NCSU gonna try to keep things, bring things back for themselves. I think I have Lejeune here, gonna try to see if he get a pick on the cross coming down from Yellow Stairs. Fortunately, it looks like Zofia will just opt to drone first, which is pretty good in this case, especially he's almost misdroned him pretty close, but Vladimir will immediately shoot at the wall as he knows he has to immediately rotate back in sight, as just takes sight alongside Trinidad, who are both just planting in front door now, getting the cover down from the twin attackers, watching all the angles that they expect to peek as Lejeune will take down Money now. So it's just Lejeune and Predator versus all the attackers and the diffusers. Lejeune will bring it down a little bit, down a notch. It takes down with the headshot, but he knows they have upstairs control. They know they have outside control. Things aren't looking too good for the defenders, but as soon as they say that, Predator just breaking it right back with the headshot to Max. Looks like they're trying to make this work here.
Oh boy, is it gonna happen?
Predator!
55? Is it gonna happen? Oh my lord. Okay, that's one. Oh, the quad kill to save the round out of Bladeroid. Saving his team from what was honestly looking like a reverse sweep of a round there. We'll get the final two to bring it to 4. And oh my goodness, that was insane.
So close. Lejeune just, you can even see the bullet trails coming out of his gun. Probably did connect a couple shots into Bladeroid. Unfortunately, could not finish him off quicker than he could, and just took the round. That's the first round of attack in favor of NYIT, putting this to 4-3. It's gonna give NYIT a little bit more confidence on how things are gonna go. And on the bright side for NCSU, they know, we just played, front lobby. It's not really 100% people's most favored maps. We still have the other two sites that are super, nice to defend. You get a lot of comfy and a lot of strats to go around, so they're not too worried at this point. They're just gonna shake it off and use that as a little bit of a warm-up to defense.
Yep, and like Kino Swift, they have shook it off and will shake up the site as well. Going up to that second floor, a much stronger site, so it's going to be probably a better time for them going out. Almost doming his team, that's dangerous, but...
okay, he was aware, he crouched.
Yeah, he crouched and it's all okay. But we will see the Maishiro and the Smoke and the Mute coming out. It's kind of weird operators, you don't really see much on the outside. Smoke and Mute you do, but the castle there, not really, not in the wild, it's very weird. But yeah, they're pretty weightless. It will just look like they're just gonna cut off the usual side angle here on the rappel outside.
And this angle right here is coming up to yellow. This essentially kind of just stops people from just immediately taking Yellow Stairs control and being able to in a good chunk of sight. It also kind of filters you in a little bit nicer, so that way if anyone plays from the CEO windows there on the window rappel, they can't see all the way down from the site unless they are something of Sophia and they get past all the ADSs. Then it kind of gives them a little blanket of safety, and they only are able to watch the straight to connector. And, overall, it's not a bad setup to bring. I know I've definitely brought it once or twice before. And we'll see how NCSU decides to build off that. You can see this nasty angle from the basement into that connector window. Well, Krim, unfortunately, not going to be able to see any attention just yet, but he's going to wait patiently for the opportunity to strike, as the Mute's going to be able to make the call if anyone's going to be playing out there as well.
The one thing I'm worried about here is the effect of that castle on actually the defenders, which is kind of weird to say, but they are blocking off their main entry into that site with only the rotate hole from connector and the short desk, and that could actually be kind of an awkward way, as it's only two places that can come in from. But as I say that, the money is located at Rim bringing down the castle in basement. Was that from upstairs?
He just entered in from basement, I think, because the wall's open. I believe that the person outside there shot him down, I'm not too sure. But oh my goodness, a headshot directly onto Lejeune. That's the view down. Decides to go in for the BM afterwards. It's now just down to Juicy, Predator, and CDAPS playing on site. Earlier, as you can see, the Twitch is right outside CDAPS' area, but it also throws a shock drone right into him, immediately hitting the mute jammer on the other side of the room, and CDAPS did shoot it down before getting intel. So he's just gonna use this extra seconds of the lack of information and just completely hold down that site a little bit longer and give his team more time. As the other attackers, as you can see here, trying to find some angles, trying to work open on the other sides of the windows, see if they get a pick and possibly develop on other sides, as it looks like they will be repelling into CEO to get the plan, but Predator gonna shoot him from over in yellow stairs as that wall is still open, as Mac gonna walk up and immediately get the refrag as Constantine gets the smoke charge kill. Glatteroid getting the headshot, CDAP Juicy gonna take down Mac, and now we're just down to one last man standing. NYT will take this round since they took down Juicy. It's the last man standing in that bathroom.
Yeah, Bladeroid just kind of flexing hard on Money this game, it seems. With Bladeroid and Money kind of racking up a lot of the kills that round. They're definitely the players to look out for in this matchup, as they are just kind of flexing all over NCSU at this point.
And they're definitely using the momentum that they have been getting from each round, and just using it into their confidence on their peaks as they just start to swing in. You know, not really. I don't say getting overconfident on certain peaks, but definitely like using the momentum to feel like they could definitely challenge more aggressive peaks, and actually winning them out due to their like the overall flow of how this game's been going.
Mm-hmm. And I think at this point, just based off of how this half has gone, we have to reiterate this is a defender side of map, we swear.
Sometimes,
yeah.
you know, you just make a, like, even though defender side, it just means it's probably like a 60-40 you win, but the 40, oh, well, if you played 80 upper game, you already know that 40% chance is pretty much guaranteed. It's not 100.
It's just one of those moments where you just gotta sit there and think, we set this? Is it despite us they're doing this, or are we just unlucky?
And honestly, I think it's coming down to some. Is Chris disconnecting there?
Yeah, definitely running in place.
Oh, he's alive. It's good.
He's back. He's back. We're good. Now
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
His internet lost traction a little bit. It's kind of like when
it went into the future for a solid second to try to figure out, you know, what's gonna happen.
He hit the reverse real quick, Back to the Future style, but we are okay.
Yeah, so you don't run over 88 kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Very dangerous.
I think it was 1.21 gigawatts. Haven't seen the movie in a bit, but good movie. If you haven't watched it, there's 3 of them, so you have a lot of stuff to go through. But we will see early sightlines being opened up here from Nomad from that connector window. There is a reinforcement there, so it is going to block off a little bit of it, but it is the same setup as last time, I think. But they have actually switched out the mute for Vigil on Lejeune. So we will see a little bit of a drone presence coming out here. With actually Vigil just holding time downstairs, and they've been actually lit very, very low by that Nomad. So they are aware of the Vigil on the side of the view, and will probably just kind of not change the game plan too much, as Vigil is kind of just a you play him for the gun, not for the gadget type
I
operator.
argue that you could honestly bring him with the gadget, because like,
Depends.
for example, with the moments like this, where if he actually, you know, had his ability up, he would kind of obscure his position. At that point, the attackers would have to try to figure out if he's upstairs or downstairs. And now, unfortunately, it's Jackal though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He did sniff his feet, so he does know exactly where Lejeune is. But thankfully for Lejeune, Jackal has been changed, so the longer that a footstep has been there, the less pings he gets. So we'll be able to at least hide for a little bit from this
it looks like
Jackal.
It looks like they're gonna try to stall him out here. Let's see here, the pinch coming in. 3 attackers from every single angle trying to pinch onto Lejeune, make sure he can't escape. as he's gonna try to see if he can at least get one kill out of this. As he does, getting down the jackal off of Matt, but will take him right back. And yeah, I think that nearly was a nice team breaching charge happening there.
You had a moment there where it's like, please don't press it. Please don't press it, bro. It's not gonna end well for you or your teammate. But thankfully, Lejeune dies before the team breaching charge comes through. There is something that's called explosive support, but that is not the kind of explosive support you want from your teammates.
Yeah, you want the breach charge in that style.
Sounds you never want to hear. But as I say that, Twitch will take down Juicy. Taking it really slow there. Oh, and then Predator comes down with Trinidad, taking him out. With a 3v3 situation here. But the attackers are kind of going for it. Blitteroy with money, getting some quick frags on the Grim and Dog Plant. Better known as C-Depths. And it's all now. We'll get actually the diffuser down on the yellow. That's one down. Twitch is very low. But we'll get peeked by Nomad, who got brought very, very low. But it is the Han Solo pistol here to save the day.
Woo. Oh boy, getting that Han Solo pistol kill in, and as soon as he gets it, just starts popping off here. Is match point for NYT now on the attack, showing that, you know what, who needs odds of statistics of 90% time defenders win this and analytics coming in from the internet. No, it's fine. We have a solid attack plan. We'll just go in. We'll just keep doing it. And at this point here, we're gonna see the switch up onto Cafeteria Garage, trying to see if they could at least, salvage this into a draw, as they definitely need to swap off sites since the previous two haven't been going very well for NCSU. So NYT gonna see if the roster that NYT is bringing will still be able to handle the garage take as well.
And defuse bombs.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time we will actually see this site coming out of it. CSU having memory loss issues right now, but I do think
Defense is NCSU.
Yes, it is NCSU at the moment, but I'm curious to see. I can't remember if this is the first time they've run this site. But seeing how they have not won a single side of this single round on this side of the half, I'm going to take a chance and say they have not.
Yeah, this is their first time on basement, as the first round was on to the main lobby area, and then that went upstairs immediately after the second round. Now here we are onto the basement site for NCSU. Hopefully they're going to use this map will be their epiphany, and they'll be able to understand how NYT's been taking them and how they need to make adjustments, or what adjustments they need to make to keep things going for the other two sides.
It might just be following the trend at this point of a lot of the games I've had at the beginning of the season. It's one team takes the other team's map, and then the other team takes the other team's map. They just swap maps as far as winning, and we might actually see a draw here, which has actually been a large majority of some of the matches I've seen. But regardless,
I like your curse a lot better than my curse. My curse is just every single time it goes to 6-6.
Yeah.
Just max rounds.
Yep. Just like, oh yeah, I heard you liked just having a 24 round game on a 9 p.m. Friday night cast. But we love doing it. This is why we volunteer for it, and we love supporting the league, as you should, and we love it. But getting back into the round, we have 2 minutes left on the clock, and everyone is alive, so not much has happened since we last checked in. We'll probably talk a little bit more, and talk about our days, maybe. But we will see Trinidad walking into Visa, getting a little bit of an aggressive peek into the building, and might actually get caught out here by Mozzie, who's hanging out on top of the cafe stairs.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit more of a soft roam coming in from NCSU, as we have Predator and Mozzie just playing kind of the entrances to the basement a little bit more, and kind of stalling the attackers to be able to push down. So really, as Money is going to use the Nomad Jammer to be able to stop them from being able to do the same on yellow stairs, as well as Predator going to be using this deadly bullet hole all the way into this little closet room here. Going to be able to see if anyone comes into that barbed wire, especially if they opt to not break it as they come down. I can see a nice pick coming from that angle, as you're going to be droning in near that area, and hopefully you might be able to see that drone hole coming in. Also possible chase.
Spot the drone from.
Oh?
Attackers
Okay, he doesn't recognize it. He hasn't checked it so far, but I think he sees it right there.
Please tell me he saw that.
Yeah, he sees it.
When you have two very suspicious eye-looking holes in a wall, best check it. General thumb. But with NYIT actually having full control of piano right now, that does mean that they can take the full of Garage Wall, allowing them access into the site in a very quick and efficient manner. And Hogplant getting the first kill on the money with SG-11. Predator getting quick other kills. But Blatteroy taking up the mantle of attack frag now, getting the kill on Hogplant. Right now, we'll be having two members of NYI team actually making their way down yellow stairs. ADS doing a lot of work there to go. Killing Cripple, I think it was actually on cams, but Lejeune getting quickly dispatched by Mac on the Jackal. Jackal putting in hard work. Oh no! He didn't finish him, but it is the triple kill as he does take out his shotgun and finishes up. Predator upstairs actually just playing the vertical. Oh no!
Unfortunate timing. Couldn't catch the defuse plant in time. And at this point, it's a 1v2, and he has to be the one to push back onto site and take it. It's going to be so much harder for him as that garage wall is just open. He has to fight against a long angle, against a thermite, who, despite being a support operator, still has such a powerful gun, and a Zofia as well, hiding inside that hallway. Might be able to hear that reinforcement get open up, give out his position, and so Blatteroy just going to opt to hold the long, the tight angle, going to peek out as Predator goes for the, to get back in sight. Well, actually, looks like he kind of stumbled. Actually, I think he was trying to peek in and out of the door, but just ended up showing the entire gun barrel, and NYIT takes the map.
And that will be NYIT taking the first map, so that is 1 up for them, guaranteeing them at the very least a draw from this match. And that would be 1
It would be
point.
partial win since they win this one. So if the next one they draw, then that'd be.
Well, if they lose, then it's a draw for both sides. So.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point.
Yep. So that will be at least a 1 point for them. So that's going to be nice for their points in the leaderboard. But we will be soon finding out if the players wish to take their 5-minute break, which they're entitled to see if we will be taking a little bit of a break here as well. But some teams elect to just power on through, so we will be seeing getting confirmation. And they will be asking for the 5-minute break, so we will be taking a quick 5-minute break here as well, and we'll get into map 2, and we will see you then.
Yeah.
Lee June, let me hear your voice.
Hello everyone, welcome back to map 2
Mic
of
off.
the NCSU versus NYIT, better known as North Carolina State University and New York Institute of Technology. We're going to round 2 for those who are just joining us. The first map went the way of NYIT, and this is actually NYIT's map pick now is going to be Cafe Dostoevsky, and it's going to be NYIT attacking first on their own map. And
I'm a little worried for
joining me.
this map, honestly.
Hmm?
Because last time we saw NCSU win 3 rounds on attack, and on a console, and it shows, okay, now you're going defense, you're gonna be able to pull things up, and keep your head, take the rest of the way, and possibly bring this close to a win. But then ended up dropping the 3 rounds on defense, and now we're gonna see them starting defense on Cafe, which, again, obviously super heavy defense sided. So I'm really curious to see how many rounds they're able to pick up on defense versus attack on this map, especially after the performance after the last round as well.
Yeah, for sure. And the voice of the person you're hearing is also, for those just joining us, that is Keldev, my lovely co-caster, my man. And want to give a quick shout out to actually our sponsors of the CEA League 2020 Spring. We got Rogue Energy returning to us.
Keeping us nice and rejuvenated
with some amazing flavors of energy drinks. Use code CEA for 10% off at checkout. And then we also have 2 newcomers to the sponsorship scene of CEA. We got CORSAIR, who you all might know as the computer parts and peripherals company. I personally have RAM from them and a headset, which I really enjoy and I'm actually using right now. So if that's an ad for you, go for it. They are helping us out with our prize pool, bringing up to the 4K that it is currently, along with some Amazon gift cards and some sweet gear for the
and
top
giveaways too.
And giveaways. Let's not forget that. We are getting pretty sweet gear for those top 2 teams in each of the leagues. And our final new sponsor is going to be What's New.gg, which is a merch store that some of the teams in this very league have merch on. We actually will, as a league, be having some merch dropping in the early weeks of this month. And I'm personally excited about that. I'm not sure about you, Kilda, but I personally am excited about that.
I'm probably going to walk away with at least a sweater.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of it.
I need me some stickers, dang it! But getting into Cafe Dostoevsky, we got Thatcher, Monty, Echo, and Mira as the bands, not really unexpected. And because all those operators are kind of a pain to deal with on this, especially Monty and Echo, as everyone hates them, because they're just kind of unilaterally walking through you, especially that Echo is kind of ruining any kind of plants you want if you don't take the IQ, or at least look up at the ceiling a lot for those little tiny ripples. But Thatcher also going to be getting banned a lot lately, so.
Now you got me thinking, because every single time I wonder why people do stickers, like, okay, you can put them on your laptop and whatnot, but then, the primary use of a sticker I always thought was, you stick them on your forehead and you run around, right? Now you say it that voice.
Pause, rewind it back. Your forehead?
Yeah, you stick the sticker on your forehead and you run around. What, you never did that?
I guess to each their own. No, I have never personally done that before.
Well, okay, I mean, obviously you would do this more with, the dollar store sticker set when you're, 5 or 6.
10 seconds left before
Before the time me and my sister were keeping stickers. I don't know what to do with them, so it's like,
5 seconds left.
Here, pop them on your forehead, and there you go. Have fun.
Must be a Canadian thing. I don't know.
Attackers are moving out.
Me and my sister have very, very fun creativities.
I don't doubt it, especially hearing that. That's an interesting childhood if I've ever seen one. We will see Jackal coming out of Mac, and he's kind of running around doing spazzy boy things inside a spawn. I'm not sure what he's doing. That's a lot of shaking. Maybe jacking up his DPI. Who knows? But we will see Twitch going on to the roof, looking to see if they can get any picks up here. Actually, looks like it's the entire team pushing up here.
Actually, also noting, I do believe between matches, they did sub in one of their players for the Thermite era.
Yes, that is a
Mr. Fun.
Who is taking place up?
I'm trying to remember. Ms. Mac, William, Blatteroid. Money's gone?
Oh,
no,
I know
Money's
who it
still
is.
there. No, Money's right there.
It's dog. Diggy Dog?
Yes.
That's the wrong name.
Oh no, it was Trinity something. Trinity Dog. Yeah.
Trinidad, yep. I knew.
Yeah,
I had
there
the
we
dog
go.
bit down. We swear we pay attention.
It's just like it's like, you know, when those puzzles, you stare at them so long, you're like, okay, what's missing? It's like, reverse, where's Waldo?
Yeah, we're playing a jigsaw puzzle with names, but we have found the last piece that actually was stolen away by your dog and hid under the couch. The final piece has set into place, and we are now back to speed. And with a minute 30 left, ooh, actually, we're at Money getting the first opening kill onto Krem with a nice headshot into Trains. That's going to be really, really awkward because that is the Mozzie down, and that is Roamers down for the side of NCSU. And now we will have the entirety of the second floor at the mercy of this NYIT squad, and probably Vertical Place going to fall.
Oh, yeah. Minute left on the clock. They definitely need to get things going at this point. They're going to be trying to see if they can get shots on. It looks like he thought that little piece of debris was the Maestro's bomb. Connecting, so I doubt that I think it was shooting on the opposite end of the map too, so probably just a little piece of debris left over, as some lovely shrapnel will connect with Bladderoid as he gets taken down by Lejeune, playing inside this little Christmas VIP area, and doing very well at it so far, as he will be able to keep and maintain the spot as the Twitch drone. We'll try to see if he's still playing on it. We'll spot him out as he does so. Mr. Fun now aware that he's in that position. Gonna have to keep his crosshair up right into there, but you will see him go prone right there, as Lejeune will also notice what Wolf was about to say. Opt to just back off of that angle and instead play a little bit more reserved and keep stalling for time. It's 15 seconds on the clock. Gets taken down by Uyu. Thermite wall getting opened up. Smoke already just trying to throw some at the other side of the wall as well. And C-Dap takes down Mr. Fun. As they just immediately start running into sight. Juicy taking down Money, and time up, and NCSU will take this round on Kitchen.
Yeah, that was an interesting take. Like, they got the wall open for Bakery, which was the initial plan, and then smoked it off, and their solo time that they had to actually open something else, otherwise risk just walking through smoke and taking a crud ton of damage. But unfortunately, that little smoke coming through will actually cost them the round. Especially, I think it was actually just a really slow take and clear of the second and third floor.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
kind of costing them, because I don't think they actually reached the bottom floor until like 50 seconds left.
By the time they started developing the top part of the site, it was just a minute left on the clock. Like, that's very, very kind of scary in terms of time, especially with the smoke on the board. Being able to just smoke off on any entrance he wants with, like, 15-second smoke grenades, like, very, very bad predicament to be in.
But this has to be said that this is exactly how the first map started, with it. NCSU taking the first map, or not first map, first round rather. So can't count out the NYC squad entirety of this side, as this is exactly how the last round map started. So
and you can definitely
Attackers have
you
located
can
a
definitely
bomb.
see as that map even progress. NYT kind of just taking the momentum of previous rounds and bringing that confidence to every one of the peaks of the At this point, NCSU needs to keep this streak going, keeping that momentum out of the hands of NYAT and keep it in their own, as they will be able to take a bunch of these defense rounds pretty easily. Should be pretty easily to Cafe, but never count out NYAT, as they will love to prove us wrong as they come in here and attack.
yeah, and we will see a Sledge coming out instead of Jackal here, which is an adaptation for this third, fourth take. Maybe a little bit of a faster take wanted out of the NYIT side. But Sledge actually offering a very, very quick way into it. Both shock drones sitting at the bottom of the door. Very, very scary for me. That's... If one person was there, there goes that entire Twitch's kit. There goes up in the wind in a flow of sparks.
Wait, what do you mean Twitch's kit? She still has the F2. That's the
She
entire
has the
kit,
F2,
right?
but like at
The
the same
shock drones
time,
are just an accessory. That was just like this.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, you know how Sophia has the ability to stand up on her own? Yeah, that's what the Twitch drones are, aren't they?
Oh, I guess maybe.
I thought the whole gadget was the F2.
Yeah, the gadget is the F2. I'm sorry. How could I be so ignorant? But right as I say that, Mac takes down Krim, who he went full send into coats. It looks like. Just kind of.
That bloodstain looks so violent. Jesus. My God.
Yeah, that looks like something out of Dexter right there. It's a little bit of a blood splatter. Tape it off, boys. We got a crime scene here. We gotta go figure out how brutal that really was. But
that's all the goos off the board too. That's a really good early pick. 2-minute mark. He only probably got 3 goos off total in the map.
Yep. Because you get 2 at the end of prep phase, and you get 1 about 60 seconds. 30 seconds afterwards, I think. I think it's like, actually, it's either 15 or 30, I think.
I think it's at max. He only got 4 at that time.
Yeah. He might have had one hit sitting in his hand, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, kind of sad to see that Operator goes so early, as the rest of NYIT will be starting to drone out this cocktail. Looks like Money taking up a little bit aggressive position, but they do have a Maestro hanging out. And I'm of the opinion that you cannot nerf Maestro unless you nerf his bullet capacity or his bullet damage.
Oh, yeah, you can nerf Maestro without that. You just remove his pistols. You remove his make his entire body a head hitbox.
Yes. If you could also take away the Alda, maybe give him like an MX4, that would work as well.
And he gets an MPX. Or no, there we go.
Money getting another kill onto Lejeune for his team. Money actually almost shooting his teammate, but will threaten the heal through his legs. Very clearly got some damage on him, but Bloom takes out Hawkline with that F2. I guess F2 really is the gadget. I'm sorry. Predator jumps out of Money. We'll get the singular kill, but we'll have to take the long road back upstairs and
He doesn't get punished.
Attackers activating the
no punish, but does have a long road getting back upstairs. Money calling freebie. This BM is unreal. He will be walking up white stairs, and Sophia and Polaroid will predict this hold. And path. Oh, and the peek comes through. It will remove his head with some lead in the head, and quickly will give his team round 2.
Yeah, the crouch peek coming in here, not really too great, as it does line up the head a lot easier. As your head does tend to go in first whenever you're crouching around, and you're also moving slower. Still a game where, you know, advantages go toward peekers, but it starts hitting a gray area once you start crouch peeking things. A little bit of a scary thing to do, but either way, not even kind of a great situation to be in as well on the side of NCSU, and so therefore NYIT will try to capitalize on that and take the round.
Yep, and that will actually Blatteroid flexing his Zofia stuffs again, as he has been flexing on both these maps so far. Despite the early loss of the first round to NCSU, he has been a very, very aggressive player here, getting the kills where his teams needed it, and hitting the good nights in the chat. But as we all know, for those who watch Pro League, good night can bite you in the butt really hard.
Wait, the entire time of that prep
Defenders,
piece, you can
protect your
see
bombs from being
Mr.
defused
Fun
by
just
attackers.
flashing. He had diffuser, and then at the very last second, Polaroid just healed him.
He's like, I'm tired of you flashing it. You're not getting it. No.
Mine now.
Maybe Thermite, but you don't get to have it.
It's
It is
time for
mine.
your time to shine. I'm gonna plant, you become Fragmite. Go.
Fragmite. We're going back to release Thermite when his gun was ridiculous and he had frag grenades. But
Not only that, but like, even now, like, his gun's actually not even that bad. It's just a matter of you have to stay alive and put down that thermite charge. After that's done, just go in. Full set.
I thought that was the M870 for a hot second, not the Super Shorty, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, is Jaeger have...
Somebody is a fan of the
bomb.
fruits.
No, I was just sitting there, I was like, that's an awkwardly shaped shotgun. Is that a Jaeger with the M870? That would be Uber BM.
It's ready. Just run the whole map down. It's like, you know how, like I said before, you know, people take angle grip hollow to play all short angles? No, it's like the M870.
M870. Easy wins. People, that is how you get to diamond solo queue.
And just shotgun M870 and a dream. You definitely need a dream.
Dream is highly required. Juicy will just drop down from the second floor. Don't know if that was intentional or not. But
Yeah, I think he got pressured out because he's still playing around where Skylight was, and also the hatch had opened beside him. It's his safest route to get out.
And Money back on the grind of Cocktail, it looks like. We'll be looking around, seeing if he can spot anybody. And actually, no one's there. So if you were to swing in right now, other than Mute hanging out, oh, Money gets a kill into Juicy, bringing down that Legion. Legion has not been surviving. Oh, nice little spectator bug there. But as I was saying, Legion's dying really, really early, and Legion's actually watching the wrong corner here. This could be bad.
Yeah, but he still does have Predator on the back with Bandit just trying to cover his back make and just kind of keep things a little bit easier to maintain in his bathroom. But also, Blatteroid playing inside Deep Freezer. If he tries to blast open the bathroom wall, a little bit of hell will break loose for Lejeune. It doesn't look like he wants to pull up the thing. there. Does take down the June. Oh no! Bladderrider also going to like 1 HP. No, he's down. And he's gonna be able to get revived because since Money takes down Predator with the headshot, and he will have his entire team to come in there and pat him and give him that extra 19 health.
I do think that the play there
Bomb
for
located by attack.
I think that was Predator on stairs. I think the play there was just to detonate the Nitro. That would have at least taken down Glitteroid. As it was, it did end up landing on the ceiling sheets. Like, I guess, I don't know if it's wood or like those weird things that you used to have in high school where it's like little, like, weird styrofoam looking ceiling panels.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I don't either. So we're on the same page. Glitteroid taking out Hog Plant, finishing the round with the kill on the rim. Flawless round coming out of NYIT here.
That's another round win for NYIT here on attack. Really good position to be in at this point as it is. They do have their 2 points of a lead here for the attack round. That's in terms of cafe goes, 2 is your bare minimum. That's if you get 2, you're good at this point. Anything else, and most likely you're gonna go and swap with their half. At that point, you'll need to win what? 4 to get to match point, 5 to actually take the win. Yep. So, and that's only like out of that. Even if you do worst case scenario and you lose your 3rd site, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna have a win on top floor, bottom floor, and then you lose 1, and then you can still do that again and still be able to loop it decently without being able to drop too many rounds. So 4, yeah, I think you only would drop like 2-ish rounds, give or take, and that would put them a little bit over. And yeah, of course, we have the rehost coming in, as unfortunately connection issues are always
sound glitch on the side of NCSU, which I can see happening on this map.
Yeah, Sophia's concussion's always the worst. As
just perpetual mute bug.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know I got hit by that at least a bunch of times, especially the mute one. The mute one's like unplayable. Like, okay, I could deal with the Ella and the Sophia one a little bit because it's just a nice background, soothing sound. You could just get used to it eventually, but not the mute one. The mute one is just constantly destroying your ears non-stop, and there's no end to it. So we will be taking a little bit of a rehost here as the players get things and the spectator gets things going. So we'll take a little bit of a 5-minute break here, and we'll be right back.
Everyone, we are back from the rehost. We have gotten it all sorted out. Everything is all fine and dandy now. We are back in round 4 for those of you who are just joining us of this fine Tuesday night of CEA Invite League. We have New York Tech versus North Carolina State University, and we will be having round 4, and the score so far is 2-1.
I can't tell what accent you're going for. I feel like you just you smell like you started with one, and then out of nowhere you're like, you know what? I feel like this today.
What happened was I was trying to suppress a sneeze at the same time, because one thing y'all didn't hear was me blow out everyone's ears in the production crew with a sneeze before we came back. But we will be seeing a kitchen hold this time, so excited to see how that goes.
It's always fun trying to like cast while also having things up in the background. It's just like, I think it was just yesterday I was casting something, and then out of nowhere my foot started cramping. I was sitting there like, do I scream into the mic or do I just blink, scream, and go quiet?
Yeah, you're like sit there. It's like hold it in, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. And then it's all of a sudden you just like lose it all. It's like trying to keep a straight face and like when like you're doing like the dad. Have you ever like seen the dad joke compilations on YouTube?
I've seen them on Reddit, but not on YouTube.
Okay, so like I've seen them, they're on Reddit as well, but also they come from YouTube. But either way, it's kind of like trying to hold like a straight face during one of those competitions, and it's just like it's not gonna work.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Just too stupid. Honestly, the dumbest stuff jokes are always the best.
Just like how Money said Cougars. I think it was Money that said that, but either way, we did have a Cougars in the chat. And I'm not saying that incorrectly, that is exactly what was typed. There was 2 O's, I can read. Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. Who knows?
10 seconds remaining.
It's 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night.
5 seconds left.
It's either you can read or you have to really, really do well.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
I mean, I've written so many essays this semester, it's not even funny, even though it's my second semester senior year, so... Fun fact for y'all, you'll probably do more work in your senior year than you have in your entire 3 undergrad years combined. That's exactly that's what I've witnessed, at least. So just prepare
Fourth year is a
yourself.
sleeper year. You just fall asleep, and then you wake up.
Fourth year,
and
you
suddenly
think it's a sleeper year. But...
Suddenly a bunch of projects due the next day.
oh god, I have 3 papers due this weekend? Oh no!
Monty playing a little spicy spot, but looks like he's gonna back off a second. The drone flies right by him. As Money gonna peek toward it, not gonna find anything, but Krim will find Max's head as he peeks out the front window area, looking for that really deep angle. Krim actually managed to counter it by just shooting right back at it.
Yeah, and, it's getting kind of tight for this Mozzie here. With him getting dropped really low. Not really low, but pretty low. But he is dropping back down second floor. But Nomad having a little interesting time going onto, I believe that was the roof. Krim's gonna jump out here. Maybe. No, just looking at that window upstairs.
He's trying to use it to set himself up for the rotate in case someone does bring him down even lower, as I don't think anyone generally put stuff outside of that window. And there's not too far of a way to get back into the window, so he's kind of giving himself a little bit of an out in case something happens. Also putting himself below with a perfect C4 moment if he decides to go for it. He is approaching around. He does have the nitro cell. Will he get the information?
Get the nitro, dude. Just throw it. Send it.
This is one of those. Like, it's always the worst to be a spectator in this position because you could see it happening and you know the players just don't have the information. Like, they just lack the critical information. Oh my, they're just right on top of each other.
The most unfortunate thing is if he rips the nitro and throws it then. That would be
no.
peak sadness. That is the F's in the chat moment of the game.
Oh, and you will get immediately taken into a fight as, my goodness, Bladroy just walks up. Looks like he kind of got a little disoriented with the ACOG still being so zoomed in that close range fight. Took quite a bit of damage from that as Uyum will also take down CDAPS, who's currently is the name of Paul Plant. But Blue June also getting into a little bit of action there as Money will take him down. Now we're just down to a 4v2 with 30 seconds left on the clock. Defender is going to try to really abuse this timer left and see if they can still bring this back for them to get a win.
Yeah, and the vertical play coming out here means that NYIT does have full sight control. But right as I say that, Blitteroid gets taken down from the, I want to say it was Maestro hanging out in freezers, but NYIT does get the diffuser down. I take it back. It looks like an NCSU taking kitchen again.
Yeah, at this point, like, they did manage to kill so much rounds of NCSU players, but in the end, the ones left on site were some of the most impactful operators to have at the end. Smoke just being able to completely stop the entrance and the plant coming in from the thermite. Like, that smoke and the ability of Maestro just being able to mow down people at the entrances together just really worked out in the end for NCSU, and they managed to salvage that round despite the little bit of a deficit they were put in. This is why right here, when we say that the primary job of a roamer being to stall out the time of the attackers is so important, because like, even though all the roamers ended up dying and it caused the NYT to look like they had the advantage, they took out so much of the timer that in the end, NYT just couldn't push in time.
Yeah, it's kind of a trend, it looks like, for this side. NYIT just has issues taking that site, because that's exactly how it went down on the first round, actually. Got down there really low on time, and then just tried to breach the walls, and then got taken down quickly, couldn't recover because of that smoke, which actually took out the planting thermite and killed him that round. But the last time on the first round, Smoke actually took out the entryway for the thermite to get into site, so Smoke is just doing work with those toxic babes.
I think half the problem with just being able to take the site fully is just due to like the changing meta of this site. Because at the start, people will be like, okay, just take the second floor, just reach down into first floor and be able to get the verticality angle. But in the end, you know, defenders are like, okay, well, if you're gonna go second floor, I'll just go third floor. I'll be one floor on top of it to be able to get better gunfights from above. And then now it's just to the point where the defenders or attackers now, okay, take the floor above again, go to the roof. and just that amount of time pushing down every single floor to get to kitchen just takes so long. They unfortunately aren't able to be pushing this as fast as they would like to, and are getting caught out as both the Valkyrie and the Pulse will get thrown down as Flatteroy just set up to immediately just walk in and start shooting. Oh, but he's taken down as the Valkyrie will start to peek out Predator, but will get refragged immediately by Nomad, and looks like the Valkyrie will go down. Oh, sorry, forgive me. It was a Pulse on Predator, and now at this point, 2 minutes left. They don't know. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, he's gonna go confirm his kill.
Yeah, I was like, do they know? That'd be so awkward. But also kind of awkward starting there, because Flatteroid died from the spot and then would have seen where Valkyrie was. And then Nomad went in looking kind of confused as to where the Valkyrie was. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, at that point it was just a matter of just refrags going back and forth. And the timer that has happened is still relatively early, but at the same time, it happened on the first floor. Now that the attackers have to spend all that time getting back up to the top floor, you can see here, even though they did die, I want to say somewhere around the 2-minute mark, we're at 1 minute 30 seconds, and they're finally on the rooftop and actually starting to get some drone work put on site as the
Bomb
drone
located
will
by
immediately get
attackers.
taken down in place so that the Twitch drone could get sent through. They will be starting to get rid of some of these gadgets, trying to figure out the utility using Twitch, and see if they could, formulate a plan of how they're going to approach this and which site they should take.
Yeah, and it's definitely, I think, going to come down to the wire here, as NYIT seems content that has kind of run down the clock here for every single round they've been doing, with actually Cigar Take coming in with 45-ish seconds left. Actually, not even. No one's actually entered yet, so it's going to be very, very down to the wire here. As while there is 3 people left, it's Maestro Mozzie and Vigil. 30 seconds, still no actual site take yet. And we will actually see Fun getting very, very close to taking out. I think that was Vigil hanging out behind Bar. But Nate might get one. Maybe. Oh, and Fuser gets taken down with Lejeune getting a quick kill on Mr. Fun. Max quickly trading though into Krim with 15 seconds roughly coming in. Ooh, actually gets the pre-fire hit onto Switch. We'll take down on that Switch and we'll finish it. And Mac gets taken down for the final kill. And that's round 5 to NCSU.
Yeah, this throne just really working for NCSU here really well, as it's causing NYT to have to spend so much time to get rid of it. Like, even though they died relatively early, it still took them a while to even be able to start developing on how they're going to attack top floor and, breaking open hatches, trying to get the intel of where they need to play and where they need to go. By the time they actually dropped the hatch and were inside, it was like 30 seconds left on the clock, and at that point, the defenders knew just hold angles, don't push too aggressively, because at this point, they're going to be the ones pushing in like crazy on us.
Yeah, and I think that's what's killing in this map. They're just going in at like the really, really low times, and unless like you have impeccable site taking abilities, like this isn't Counter-Strike where it's like, oh, you can kind of get on a site really, really quickly. This is a game where you have to kind of leverage your tacticality with how you get onto site, but it's just not working out for NYT here. These low time pushes onto site are really biting them in the butt.
So when Siege is a tactical game, whenever you see a team rush, it's always like they have to bring the right operators to do so, like bringing characters like Novi, Lion, and stuff like that. Like, even if you wanted to just rush the site straight up, you're still having to decide on the correct operators to bring for the style of rush you want to do. It's definitely very, very difference-making part of this game. As now we'll be heading into the third site of Reading Room and Mining site, as
5 seconds
will
left
be
before
the
insertion.
final round of NCSU's defense. So at this point, NCSU wants to be able to hold this one out, so they will end it on a 3-3 and make themselves in a little bit more of an uncomfortable position to make that comeback. And NYIT wants to be able to just take that 3-3 and keep that momentum going and show that they're more dominant on the side of the Bay.
And I do think that the balance map is very much the way to come back on it. As attacking is kind of awkward, as there's only so many ways you can come in. And a lot of those ways are really
top floor.
Yeah, top floor especially. So many ways you can get into it. There's also so many ways you can absolutely just domed on and dunked. Like, if you come in through Cigar, you can get dunked on from just 3 angles off the top of your head. You can dunk off jewelry by where Grim is sitting, and there you can also get dunked on from the entrance door to Cigar, a bench, and it's just so many different ways. Oh boy, William actually almost taking out the Nazi
I believe
Grim
would be
there,
there.
very very close. Oh my lord, he's probably like, he probably got a little scared there. He's like, oh no.
I want to definitely be shooting at walls randomly, praying for the headshot. So when I see stuff like that happen, I already tell somebody's gonna get shot. And fortunately for Krim, he will only take a little bit of damage and get away scot-free.
And right as we say that, though, Money does get the first kill on the Juicy, taking down that Legion. Again, Legion cannot survive in these rounds.
We're not going to see a Legion at the last second.
Drop the bomb.
It's impossible.
Yeah,
As Predator, going to make sure that the Thermite doesn't get
Attackers have located a
saved for
bomb.
last either. That's the hard breach down. Going to make this push quite a bit harder for the side of NYT, as Krim going to also make it increasingly difficult. Taking down the Twitch, that's the F2 magic on.
Reloading!
Interesting time to drop.
He has that
Will
C4,
be-
he's getting
yeah.
ready to throw it at the top and immediately get bladderoid, as I say.
Unfortunate. But we will see with about 45 seconds left, Krim just going off on a
A bomb
rampage.
has been located.
Just kind of one-man armying this round. He gets the 3rd kill of the round with Mac trading on Lejeune. With just a little bit of a trade coming out here. So we'll just see Krim awkwardly walking through pillars, and we'll hear gunfire in the background, and that will be the actual round-ending kill cam. But since both people from that round-ending kill cam are dead, we just default to the next best person, and Krim, who got the triple kill that round.
And Krim actually really smart and you can tell he knows his map well when he immediately drops down that hatch, runs over to where the attackers are standing, blows up the floor immediately underneath them. I'm not sure if he had cams on site, but either way, really strong use of that C4 and verticality on this map.
Yeah, and one thing I really do want to see is with the side swap here, I really want to see NYIT flexing these roams a little harder, as roaming on this map is kind of fun if you're doing it correctly, as there are a lot of ways you can kind of run in
Ooh.
circles, and we will see the pulse coming out of here on
They actually baited out the Kaid to make it look like they're going basement, prompting NCSU
Attackers
to
need to
think,
locate
okay, well,
and
they're going
defuse
basement, we want to
bombs.
be able to get hatches and the wall. So we'll just bring the Hibana and bring the double breach to be able to get all that going. But since that was actually a bait, they actually 6-picked straight into the pulse, whose cells on being on the lower floor of the site, therefore making the 3rd floor a more, obvious choice to bring that operator to. So actually, I would say NYT actually won the 6-pick phase right there, as they completely baited NCSU to opt to take 2 hard breaches on a site that,
10 seconds
generally
to go.
speaking, there's only like, I really want to say there's only like 2 walls you can even think to breach in the first place.
Yeah, so they have been baited and outplayed, as the famous words go. We will see the Vault Cam going out over towards Market. So they will see probably at least 2 people from the side of NCSU coming. Openly run out from Valkyrie to make sure that they get full cam on the other side. So they will begin maybe looking for the Valk Cam. I don't know if they know where it is. Usually that Valk Cam from over there falls somewhere on that roof, but will not look for it. It looks like, oh, maybe. Looking. Oh.
I don't think he's gonna see, because oh no, he won't catch it. Hey, who needs IQ? We have eyes.
IQ equals eyes, I think, is the play there.
IQ just simplifies your eyes. If you have proper eyes in the first place, you don't need IQ.
It's like Superman. You have X-ray vision, but it's the only kind of X-ray vision that counts, which is the one that shows you the fancy things.
Warden 2, who needs to see through smokes and see past flash, like the entire flash of a flash grenade? Just train your eyes to see through the white and be able to see exactly what to shoot. You know something?
Yeah.
Ooh, actually.
Oh, the man is suave.
Oh, don't jump out! Oh, goodbye!
Yep.
Unfortunately, he did get to see through his cam that they were outside, but could not see that there was a Claymore. Well, and June will immediately pick that Claymore kill off of the Valkyrie. That's a C4 and a cam operator as Krim just jumps in.
Attackers have
He
located a
just
bomb.
jumps straight in, down Skylight into sight as Money's on sight. Krim's just on sight. They just, oh my goodness.
That worked?
That worked. They just jump out in the Skylight, you know, no one will expect it, you know?
Attackers
And now,
activating
at this point, the Jaeger will be able to rotate back up as he shoots down the Jabber.
Fun.
The user gets played. Mr. Fun, double kill. Will he be able to see the triple kill as Jaeger? Oh, sorry, that's no. As Juicy on the rooftop here, alongside Hibana, will take down Uyu and Predator's second kill. Mr. Fun goes down as he tries to stick the fuse.
Oh, no.
Money's position's gonna be given out here, and he's also not in the greatest position here, so he's running out of time. Kills Juicy, and at this point, yep, you see Hibana just playing a little bit more defensive. Doesn't need to wait. It just needs to wait till he gets the fuse out. And at this point, Money's gonna have to just go for it. Predator's gonna creep over and just take him down. NCSU take this round just by jumping down Skylight.
Yeah, that was a little bit of, I don't know, miscommunication with awkward timing on the side of NYIT, but a hole opened in their defense, and it was a hole about the size of Texas. And CSU kind of walked in, ran it down, and got in plan off, and it was kind of just the round from there. I don't know what happened, but
I would have to think that all the defenders were placed, like, I know Pulse was below, and then I think Jaeger was still coming up as well. So that would leave maybe like one defender up there as possibly, and then at that point too, I think he may have been playing over closer toward Whitehall. Therefore, when the buck just drops in, all the angles he has to worry about have nobody. Like, there's nobody over by the closer to the rest area side, nobody in Deep Freezer, and nobody on Cocktail. So he just had free control over the entirety of site. And we actually got to see something that I feel like has been rare, which is a actual plant coming down on the third floor. As generally speaking, with those two sites being that close to each other, you can't really plant on one site without killing everybody, but they just managed to be able to pull it off by just having everyone off the site.
yeah, most of the time you don't really see the Skylight push, unless you're in ranked, or you're just casual, and it's the full recruit rush through the roof, but, you know, strange things happen.
There was one other team that I watched past that actually pulled off the same thing, where, like, I don't think it was even just once, I think it was like literally twice or 3 times. They would just jump down Skylight and immediately just run in and at least get up to 2K or 3K. And then suddenly, before we even knew it, they were just on site. And you see, even here again, it working, because it's such a, like,
5 seconds
crazy and a little bit of a suicidal play that sometimes, you know, and you have the information,
Attackers
it
are
just works.
moving out to locate a bomb.
Like,
and
it's
defuse
the,
it.
it's the big iron move, shall we say.
Oh, yeah.
If
It's
you
when
pull
you
it
like
off-
to flank your rank, you know? You gotta really show.
Yeah, if you can pull it off, your team's gonna hail you as a god for probably about the next round and a half. But if you fail, your team's gonna just flame the hell out of it. But it's a very polarizing play, but it worked. So
You're gonna see the clip coming in, and then you'll 5 seconds later in chat, just a nice streamable link of you just immediately jumping down and then watching you just get shot from every direction.
yeah, NCSU is probably NYIT is probably like, yo, where'd this man come from? Where? We heard nothing. And oh man, that was something else. But we got a pulsing kitchen right now. Currently seeing no one. No one has actually entered the building yet from NCSU, which is good news for NYIT. Bad news for also NYIT, as it means that not a lot is going down. The pulse is running out right now. Didn't really get much. But Smoke has been taking lots of damage. Ooh, we will see one, but that's not a soft ceiling, so you can only tell that he's there. Nothing to do with it, though.
Right. As he is still outside as well, you see the Hibana
Bomb
just
located
sitting
by
out
attackers.
the window, getting ready to just start pinching in all the information that you are able to pull off these drones. As Hibana will opt in to get inside, bringing in that lovely angle grip hollow that I love to see every time onto the top floor here, as he's gonna, after the drones start to get in a little, settle and get more information, start to push in a lot of short rooms or small rooms at a time, and be able to really show the power of that gun. And looks like we're gonna have to thermite a soft wall here. Might not go in favor as, you know, sometimes putting leaving a wall soft could actually be the ultimate defense. as some teams may not bring ample amounts of soft reach onto the spots they need to. As you can see here, looks like they didn't have the buckets. Be able to take out Lejeune, playing the sledge as another soft reach operator down for the side of NCSU. As Boom gonna see if he can get a nice flank going.
And he is on a wild flank, but will immediately get taken down with a thermite of Pog Clan, aka CDAPS, aka Pogo Sheen. But we will actually see quickly Krim taking down Blastroid and Blastroid taking down Krim. Nice little trade they got going there, but NCSU does have control of the site, or should I say, almost, with Fun taking out one, quickly getting retraded with Predator taking him down, Mac taking down Predator. It's a frag fest out here, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a 1v2 situation left with 14 seconds left. Juicy has to make a move here. Flashbang goes down, will run the other way. Will maybe get the jump onto Smoke. Yes, he will. That is 8 seconds left, 7 seconds left, 6 seconds left. Pulse is downstairs. Pulse is knowing exactly where he is. That means he can see the plant go down if he just waits for it.
Yeah, he's gonna wait for that 0 seconds. The plant's going out right by
you
a
can
hole,
see
though.
him. Why are you planting on the hole, brother?
Like, at least, okay, in this situation, Pulse didn't have C4, so he couldn't really go for the blast. He had to go for the spray. But if he had at least, planted more toward where the floor is not completely destroyed a bit, he could at least pray to God that the Pulse just ventilates the iron bar, and then he gets away with it scot-free. But unfortunately, just planted right where there's this floor hole, giving out his position altogether, and then I believe that would be NYIT taking the round. Now we're at 3-5 for this map.
Yeah, and a little bit of a confusion maybe at NCSU for that last one. As kind of just trying to soft breach a wall with the thermite. Putting any kind of breaching charge on a soft wall is kind of a risky game, as it kind of is going to get shot off, just like we saw there. And makes it very, very awkward, as Thermite only gets 2 hits.
Yeah, when you're a Thermite player and you see that the wall you're told to hard breach is off, you always have that 1 second timing where you sit there and think, so do I still Thermite it? Or do I just wait for somebody else to open it because of the fact that I get to shoot it? And sometimes too, like, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, you might be in the heat of the moment, not be able to tell it's even soft, because realistically from your side, all you're gonna see is a bunch of pluses in the wall.
5 seconds left.
If you're like in the moment a little bit too much, then you might not realize and might actually get punished like that. Looks like he did end up trying to go for the breach, but it did not pay off for him whatsoever.
Thankfully they had a buck there, though. That kind of saved them from that awkward situation. But we will see a Ash coming up the side of the NCSU here. The Ash coming to Lejeune, taking that Vert Grip Reflex R4C. Because R4C is still
Attackers have located a bomb.
even without the ACOG. ACOG just made it an ungodly weapon, probably a creation of the Enterprise himself, as we have all experienced in the past.
No. If you want a creation of the Antichrist, you have to put an angle grip on it.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that.
That's a weapon to destroy Metal Gear itself.
Activating
Dude,
ghost.
that's how you enter the Netherverse. It's you take it, it's kind of like when you go to a store. You break it, you buy it. You broke the weapon, now you have to own it.
Yeah, you put a nice angle grip, you put a hollow on it. You know what? Just for style, just give it a laser sight just in case. You never ever need to ADS again. Get lucky on the first shot with that laser sight.
If your eyes are good enough, you can actually see the red dot, and you'll just like use that as your reticle instead. It's like that hipfire on that hipfire game.
Like it'll be fun watching like Ashes all their kill cams instead of actually seeing them like pre-fire like heads and stuff like that. It's just all like it looks like a quick scope montage.
Yeah, it's he's just playing Halo. He's just playing it. It's like we're not playing Siege, we're playing Halo. Which, by the way, Halo CE came out today for all you Halo Master Chief players. So I'm a little excited about that. But we will see about a minute 15 left on the clock here. Still nothing's really gone down.
Yeah, at this point, like we said before, so much time. Just like Laterite took up a little bit too much time to realize that his back was exposed to the rooftop, getting taken down by Krim. But yeah, the roam clear just takes so much time on this site because you had to go top down just because of the fact that the roamers can literally take advantage of all 3 floors of the site, making the site so scary for attackers. Just like Ukum ended up in a great situation there, as CDAP took him down with the thermite. And now at this point, 40 seconds left to the clock. Actually a 2v5. And Mac got taken down with the grenade. And oh my goodness, Money got was down right as I was saying that, and Predator got taken down on the last kill from, I believe that was Mr. Fundy. Mr. Fund? I forgot the name.
Mr. Fun.
Mr. Fund. I'm adding a Y out of nowhere.
One thing I'm very curious about is why was peeking there from Bakery. He didn't have to peek.
You know,
Like,
sometimes
no
you
one
just
was
get
pushing
in the heat of the moment. You just think, I gotta turn this. We're in a little bit of deficit. I gotta help turn this around. Going for the swing, and then unfortunately, it's not the play, and then you get punished for it.
Yeah, and that's gonna
Actually-
bring NCSU to match point, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know what? Your curse so far might be coming true. As
Dude, I'm telling you, every game I cast, we're here. I've not had a 2-0 game to cast in a long time.
Oh, don't worry, my curse is about to kick in. We're about to see a 3-match comeback, and then we'll be back here at 6-6 max round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Well,
bombs.
either way, one of us is gonna win here. It's gonna be either a 6-6 map or it's gonna be a
Attackers have
off
located
the
a
match,
bomb.
and one of us is gonna be right.
All I'm saying is, if I ever see infinite overtime in the rule set of CBA, I'm gonna have to make sure I'm not casting that day. Otherwise, I already know I'm about to see about 20 rounds in a row of cafe.
You gotta start a game on Friday and end it on Sunday. It's gotta be awful.
It's like, okay, ready for the weekend game? So we'll start on Friday. We'll go for the marathon run. At this time, we'll have to swap out casters due to the fact of they'll be sleep deprived, probably with some food
10
and
seconds
stuff,
to insertion.
and then they'll take back their shift after the 12-hour mark.
Their
5
voices
seconds
are
to go.
gone. They're mentally exhausted. Who knows what's going on? The players themselves, I think, have actually fallen asleep. Their player might have stopped moving entirely.
Yeah, now we'll just have like the TTS come in, and the player and the casters just have to just type out what they're gonna say, because at this point, no one will be able to tell what their voice is saying whatsoever.
We'll actually see the mid-round sub coming through in round 37. We'll see.
Yeah, even our like a lovely observer sweet fan over here will need to sub out at the 6-hour mark here.
Well, we're
We'll just
gonna
get
restart
like
real
somebody
quick.
else to walk into his room and just use the computer and, you know, click onto random cams at given points. Pray to God that at least until he gets rested and comes back, that he will be good to go.
We're just borrowing the RIT clan room. Says, yep, okay, it's time to switch them out. We got 3 more casters to go through. Woo!
I can already see.
Money cannot see any of his surroundings. He is blinder than a bat right now.
I think Predator
Absolutely
actually
no
flashed
idea.
himself too by hitting the door frame.
Yep, he definitely ate some of it, which is why he's kind of hanging out here. But that is all of his flashbangs gone, so thankfully for him, he cannot flash himself any longer. And also thankfully for Money, he can actually see where he's going now.
And at this point too, the pressure is a little bit gone as he no longer has to worry about the second you throw a flashbang, the next thing that usually happens is the push, but it looks like the next thing that'll happen is the Jackal track. As you can see there, Jackal from the Dream just standing and staring at the defense. And now gonna put a bit of more pressure onto those defenders and start to force them downstairs as they start to work the vertical play all the way inside of the train. But Money gonna try to challenge it, bringing in that angle grip and just trying to fight this fight out as he holds this tighter angle and lets this Buck throw his grenades all the way at him, waste his utility, and just try to play safe here and stall for time as much as he can, since Buck is too afraid to shoot through the holes he has made until things are cleared out. But through the Battle Live ban phase, we got Predator killing with the headshot. Money gonna go for the swing, not gonna connect to the head. Oh my goodness! He will find him after as Lejeune walks in the room and gets the refrag. And Predator also gonna take that. Oh no, sorry. Predator ends up taking down Money in that whole situation.
Yeah, very, very close from Kail's gonna take down too. Mac was going down to the Jackal of Lejeune through the wall and bar, almost bringing it down to a 2v4. I can count. Right as I say that, 2v4 anyways. Lejeune taking down Mac. I can predict the future. It's great. But Blasteroid, we have no S there. Ooh, boy, everything going down. Docket taken down from Predator dropping down, and that's actually just the game.
You guys have 5 roamers. My goodness, the curse has come true. We have seen a win on each other's. That was each other's map, yeah?
Yep, that was.
Yeah. On both map picks, we see a win for both opposing teams. I feel like this is a kind of a testament to show that even though you pick the map, you really have to be very comfortable on both sides. As NCUSU just ended up taking the attack rounds really, really well here. And even though this is a kind of a defender pressured map, I don't think NYT won a single defense round.
I don't think they did either, which is kind of unfortunate.
GG's, boys.
GG, boys.
But, that will be
I love
a
you, sweet
match
fan.
draw for these
Can you be
teams.
my
So each team
sweetheart?
gets 1 point on their record for the season. And that will be pretty much it from us. Want to go through everyone one more time, our lovely production staff. We got our amazing observer, Sweet Fan. If we could all get a little poggers in the chat for him and his amazing work this match, that'd be great. We got me and Keldav going here. We got casters. And for all of you who are curious as to the rest of the week, we have a game going down tomorrow from Open League. We got a game going down on Thursday from Invite League, and then we have another game maybe on Friday. I think actually that game got pushed back, so not quite sure if another team will be taking that spot, but time will tell, and we are attempting to get a Friday game in. So from myself, Keldev, and Sweet Fan, want to give one last shout out to our sponsors. We want to say thank you so much for our lovely sponsors, Rogue Energy.
Oh yes, keeping me awake this entire cast and keeping me energized and making sure my throat is not dry whatsoever after speaking so much.
Yes, sir. Use code 10 CEA at checkout for 10% off your total order. Then we also got CORSAIR. We got CORSAIR coming in real hot for this new season of CEA and CEA 2020 Spring. Great gear. We got peripherals. We got PC components. Great stuff. Use it myself. Amazing. And then finally, what's new.gg. You have amazing apparel from teams inside the league, and we also got some coming out itself sometime in the early March. And from the rest of the Caster Crew production, we'll see you next time. Later.